He was acting all funny. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. I don't know if I lost a few people. I've been trying to get on for like 45 minutes. So, yeah, what a change in schedule. So just a lot of changes to schedule today. I would be coming on live tomorrow, but it's going to be below freezing. So I thought I better come on today. And then I had 45 minutes of issues right there of going live. He kept trying to put me on as like a live pod or, some sort of pod screening. And I want to put my face on it, but then put the screens of my telephone up on the live, which is a little odd. Let me go ahead, put chat filter in. Get a little light on here. There we go. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. Hey there, welcome in. Sorry if you had like 3 different times that you saw me come live. I've been trying to go live for like 45 minutes, and for some reason the platform's been trying to get me to do a live stream, but almost like a chat live stream with other creators. So anyway, I'm just here we're going to finish these off. That's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow's going to be below 0, and I don't think I'll be out here. So I wanted to at least get through these because we've been waiting a couple of weeks to do these, and I really need to get some polish. So I'm hopefully going to get them all the way to the ZAM today. I do also have to go pick up some estate sale finds that I purchased in an auction. So I'm just going to run through these 3 wheels. We'll probably head over to the ZAM station, and that should take, I don't know, an hour and a half maybe, something like that. So let's see if I can get you all in here. We can actually see it. There we go. Hi there, welcome in. Sorry, YouTube's been playing games. Get that, I can do that. I've been trying to get on live for probably 45 minutes now, and it kept trying to make me be a podcaster, which would be fine. I'd probably be a good podcaster, but we're just going to finish off the ones that we started the last couple of weeks. I need to at least get them to final polish, and that's what we're going to do today. So welcome in. I hope you enjoy. Let's get a decent light on there. I think that's pretty good. A little bit of flash on them. We're all good. Chat's good. Yep. All right, let's get this moving. I don't know which one to start with. I think we'll just start with Anila. You may have seen these before if you were in the last live. But, it's pretty steady. Thank you for the thumbs up. And we're just going to get moving. So this is Anila Turquoise. It's out of Nevada. And we're just going to go through and finish up the 3 wheels here. So getting a little bit closer. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. And welcome everybody here. So just going to go around. Nice and quiet today. But yeah, it's going to be freezing tomorrow. So, and I also have a basketball game today too. It should be televised, I think, across the nation. Should be fun. Hi everybody, welcome in. I don't know if my chat's working today or not. If anybody wants to throw me a hand or something in there, to the back. And really what we're doing, we're just going around everything that I've done previously, so that we can get a good polish on it. if there's any little crevices that I need to fix. I hope everybody has a long weekend. I know I'm off Monday. Getting a few little details on there. I'm going to bring that sharp corner down just a little bit, just to blend it. Yeah, the whole schedule it's all messed up this weekend. We have a new addition to the family. Freckle cat got herself a puppy. She's very cute. Hey, Alka. Welcome in. Oh, you are the husky. That's good to know. Yeah, we didn't get a husky. Although Freckle Cat's had a husky in the past. One of her favorite dogs. Leave the name with Sarah. Very, very smart. And actually, when she had that dog, she traveled with that dog through South America and like Brazil and Chile, I believe, and Paraguay, and then also around here in the southern United States. So we did not get a husky. We got a much smaller dog. Neither one of us have really had a small dog. I think the smallest I ever had growing up was a corgi. Is that right? Yeah, I guess that's right. So, full-bodied dog on little legs. They're very smart dogs, though. In the back. So I've got about 10 stones to do today, but we've already shaped them, pre-polished. I just got to check for any little facets on this one. This is one of my favorite ones from the last cuts we've done. Nila turquoise from Nevada. It's in the Kingman area. I believe Kingman used to own the claim as well. Hi everybody, welcome in. It is not Sunday, it is Saturday. So, not my usual day, but I need to get a live in this weekend. And I'm not doing it tomorrow, because it's going to be freezing. So, when we did the live on Thursday, I only did my hands shrivel up into raisins, but the water was so cold, and yeah, I felt like I was back in England playing rugby in the snow. Not fun. Same thing, going around the girdle. So this is going to be more of a ASMR session. It's me plodding through some stones. And hey Mindy, welcome in. So it's funny that we have those two usernames together, right together, because we got a new puppy yesterday. He's tiny. He's 12 weeks and he's about 4 pounds maybe, if you include his hair. I think I've got a picture of him somewhere. But he's probably not going to grow any bigger than 12. And we're having to introduce him to our cat. Our cat has never had another animal in the house. And our cat is probably 19 pounds. So, yeah. So yeah, a little interesting on how that's all going to work out. So far so good, but we've only done one day. So it's funny, YouTube just popped up to see if you guys have any geology jokes. I really don't want to ask for geology jokes, but if you know any geology jokes, we'd love to hear them. Alright, let's do a quick dry test. That's dry. That's looking pretty good. I love this material. It just cuts really well. I mean, I'm a little facety right there, but it cuts really well. It polishes fantastic. That's one. Now this one was funny. It was a funny one because it's kind of got that little bit of, like, part of the epoxy. Go over here real quick. See if I can take that down some more. So yeah, this one's got, it looks like a little hole of quartz, but it's actually, I believe it's the epoxy from where they stabilized it. So let's just see if I can bring it down at all. So it did pretty well. I got a little bit more to go. So I'm actually going to go over here real quick. I don't know if you can see over there. Oop, not really. Kind of. There we go. Let's get that out of the way. We're going to do a long distance one right there. I just want to get that epoxy out. I'm going to have to bring it down quite a bit. And I need to do it evenly all the way across the whole stone. Like, you see? You can kind of see. Better than me trying to move the tripod. Make sure I don't take my fingers off. Come on, a little bit more. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. And I'm okay with that little bit staying in the middle. So, alright, back over here. Trying not to go back in wheels here. Hey everybody, welcome in. I did not expect so many people today. I guess I don't really come on a Saturday. I'm pretty busy doing estate sales, chores around the house. Occasionally I get to go to some of the games at the local university. And I am going to one tomorrow, actually. So there's a girls' basketball game tomorrow. And fortunate enough to get, like, some of the best seats in the house. And it should be televised because they're starting to get in the top 10. So it should be fun. Hey Aaron, how you doing today? It is, I don't know what it is, afternoon for us. Probably good morning for you still. Just going through the stones that we did the last couple of weeks. I really need to get them to exam stage. Just took out that epoxy that was in the middle there that looked like a little cave. Now we can go. I go around these, I go along this top edge. See that? So I'm going to go around this top edge here, around this edge, and then we'll do the corner. And that just helps me round it off to the middle and hit all the top of the surface of the face. Corners. This turquoise was particularly hard It came in some eggshell number 8, which is this type. This is a lot softer, and this is super hard, so I think it just snuck its way into the bag. In fact, it might be Aaron that did it. I don't know, Aaron, did you do Dave Duncan's sale? This is from Mojave Dave's sale. Alright, pretty happy with that. Do the edge, blend it in a little. Yeah, it's going to be freezing tomorrow, so that's why I'm here today. If it's freezing here, you guys have to be having a really hard time. Alright. Slipping along. Same thing. Get that thumbs out, it pushes it out a little bit for me, which is great. So welcome in, everybody. You don't have to do anything. I'm just happy you're here watching. Even if you only stay for like 30 seconds or so, it all helps. So I hope you all have a long weekend ahead of you. Around that a little bit. Really soft on the corners. And then I got to line up from later on. I got to go to where I went to an estate sale a week ago. So a week ago they had a huge estate sale. It was sort of stuff from the 17th and 16th century. Well, a couple pieces from the 16th century, but 17th and 18th century is what I should say. And this particular estate sale vendor, she has her own website. So instead of selling everything else that's left, a lot of places that do estate sales, they will sell off everything that they have left in bulk to one buyer, maybe two buyers. She happens to have her own auction site online, and she puts all the pieces that didn't get bought, even at those high prices. Sometimes it's because they're high prices, but she'll put all those pieces back up onto her site and auction them off at the end of the week. Now the advantage for me is that I don't have to travel far to go pick them up, and she does not offer shipping. There's a little bit of an advantage to me. Hey Marie, welcome in. I am her, welcome in. I am her all over the place, and I'm not trying to be silly. I get them a lot of this. This is Nevada. This one is Australia. This one is number 8, so I think Arizona. Same with this one. Hey Claude, how you doing today? Yeah, I was just talking about London and her sales, so I have to go pick up a piece from her later on today. It's a really old Japanese blueprint plate, or hand-painted plate, but it had a pretty big sterling silver handle to it. So I really went for the silver handle. But everybody's going to go do their pickups today, and I just read her message, and there's going to be like 150 different people trying to pick up their stuff all at the same time. And I'm talking everything from paintings, jewelry, pre-Columbian artifacts to four-poster beds with canopies, like old ones. So it's going to be, and it's a really tiny little road. So I don't know. I might have a little walk ahead of me to go. I might just park far away and walk down there. I'm not having to pick up anything heavy, so. And I don't know who got zapped. William, I don't know why you got zapped, but you got zapped. Don't take offense. Who was zapped you? Oh, it's just retracted. That's okay. I think you retracted a couple of us last year. A little bit of both, but I'll get with you. I'm going to call you this week anyway. Probably over the weekend if that's alright. Alright. Same thing, going to go all three corners. And we're going to go along the flat right here. And then we'll take a look at it for any scratches, which I'm pretty sure there aren't any. Same thing from the middle to the outside, just rolling that outside edge. Third one. And we'll try the eggshell. The eggshell, I don't know if I'm going to have to stabilize the eggshell. It's supposed to be stabilized already, but it's pretty soft. So I'm not sure. We'll take a peek at it in a second. No, you didn't get zapped. William zapped himself. So he just retracted his own message. I didn't know if YouTube had moderated it, but it wasn't a moderation. It was a self-retractor. Which I do a lot of self-retraction sometimes. Especially if it's like anything controversial about the news or anything. And I put in a message. I might put in a live message and then I'll go in and retract it so they don't hold it. Thank you, I appreciate it. So yeah, it's pretty nice. So look, so that is without the zam on it. We got that middle out. Let's look at the wheel. That light is sparkling. It's pretty good. So it's not number 8. I guess it could be number 8, but it was in the number 8 bag. So I'm not sure it's number 8. But it's hard stuff. Took a nice polish and that was really really nice blue. Alright, let's have a try with this eggshell. I don't know how this one's gonna go. I could say soft egg, but that's a little too punny. Let's see. So even on the other wheels, it was getting hard for me to do it with by hand, so I might have to dop it. But let's see if I can do a little bit better over here. I think I might have to put it on a stick to be able to get it uniform because it's so soft. Try this. You have to take out facets and it's staying faceted. It's pretty odd. Nice material, it's just very hard to cut. I don't know if it's hard to cut because the way it's been stabilized. Because I'm feeling, it's not really facets, it's like different levels of hardness within the stone, and so it's not cabbing uniformly. And I don't know why that is. I haven't really, anytime I experience stuff like that is when it's an agate or like a crazy lace, where you have different hardnesses of the fortifications, some of the silification, and then some of the quartz. So this is acting a little weird, and I may need to have more control, and that might mean I need to drop it on a stick. It's actually, they were calling it eggshell number 8, so it's from the number 8 mine, but it's really nice because it's got that really thin matrix in it. Yeah, it's kind of like a cracked shell across the top. It's still got some height, but it's not cutting. Like, I have to take that little divot out right there. Maybe because it's so small that I'm having problems with it, but I don't think so. I think I'm just having problems with it. And I don't want to go through the whole stone and make it disappear completely. I'm really good at that. Kind of bringing it down. There's some odd stuff. Odd but beautiful. Sometimes the ones that are harder to cut come out spectacular. So, I think I'm going to leave it there and wait until I get it on a stick. So I'm just making it disappear right now. And I don't like that. So yeah, I'm going to have to leave this one until I have some more control and I put it on a dop stick. You go on a big old fat dop stick like that. But it just means that when I'm turning it, I'll have a lot more control on it. So that one's not going to get done today. Let's finish off this lapis down. This is only to the 3rd wheel, so I'm going to get a little bit of pyrite here, so it's not taking off much. It may turn the water a little black, but it's not taking off too much, so it shouldn't really change the stone too much. And then I already get the whiffs of sulfur that's contained in the stone. Okay, from the middle all the way down. Now this one I will not put with cerium oxide or zam. This one reacts to the zam in a funny way. It'll put a dull finish across the whole stone. And that may be the, hey Stephen, how you doing today? Hey SKO. Hope. Yeah, what are we on for subscribers? I think we were like 1378 when we started, or 1380, I don't know. Love to hit 1400 today. But that's up to you guys. I'm just here cutting stuff and enjoy that I get to show it to you guys on the other end. And it's not so noisy today because we're not really cutting anything or shaping the stone too much. We're sort of getting it to polished preparation stage. I did get another commission this week from the jeweler. And I still have to finish up North Star stone, so Wow, okay, well that's fantastic. I'm getting close. I'm within 10 of 1400, which would, man, that'd be, what an accomplishment that would be. Yeah, I tried to come on at like noon today, Eastern Standard Time, and I spent, I don't know, like an hour or 45 minutes trying to get to go live, and it's trying to, YouTube was trying to turn me into like a full-time podcaster, where you see my face and then I show all my screens of everything else that's going on. And I'm not saying I won't do that in the future. I just wasn't planning on it today. So it took me like 3 or 4 times of rewriting my description, rewriting the title, uploading the thumbnail. Thank you, Russell. Blessings to you too, sir. Yeah, this is a nice piece. That's the back. So the pyrites really goes through it nice and evenly. It's not like in spots or splodges. Really nice. Alright, let's go to the middle. Stephen, they've got you on permanent zap, I think. Although I think you've done 3 messages today. You're doing good. 4 messages. So, I know they're looking at some stuff. I was looking at, so I am monetized. I think I've made like $30 for a month. That's okay. But I did notice when I was looking today that they were still looking at my content, my live content from the 29th of December until the 16th or 17th of January. So I don't know if it'll pop me a few dollars or if it takes away the few dollars that I have made. We'll see. We will see. But I'm not on it for the money. This is what I do. So, I've been going live on Sundays and Thursdays. Thursdays seem to be very consistent. Sundays seem semi-consistent in that now that we're in the wintertime, I have to sort of adapt my schedule. Yeah, but if you just keep plugging at it, Steve. And really, I would say, even if you get monetized, you're not going to make a whole bunch, and neither am I, and that's okay. But at some point, I don't know, maybe halfway through the year, I'll start selling these through YouTube or pushing everybody over to my site. Right now, if you see anything that you like, you can contact me at sir.rocksalot at outlook.com. So sir and then a point and then RocksAlot all is one and then at outlook.com. And right now that's all I'm using it for is my channel. It's looking nice. Move over one more, and this would pretty much be the finish on this one. It's 3,000. Like I said, if I go on, I don't know if we can do it. You know, we can do it. So I'm at 1,200. It looks pretty good. I'm going to go over to the side here. I don't know if you can see this wheel right down here. And I'm going to do a cerium test. I don't think it works well with cerium, but there's no harm in me. Because I still have a wheel to go, we can do a test on the cerium. It'll show me whether it's going to go cloudy or not. And yeah, that's the same as me, Steve, pretty much. So that's how polished it is to the 1200. Let's put it on the cerium for a millisecond. I don't know if you can kind of see what I'm doing. And because I got the 3000 to go, any damage that I do right now should come off on that last wheel. I'll be careful I don't get it too hot. See how it clouded it out? So really, I don't use cerium on lapis. See how it clouded it out? And it's a little bit shinier on the tip of the toe right there. It's a little shinier there than it is there. So let's just do the 3000 here instead. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. We got a new critter in the house yesterday. This Freckle cat got herself a puppy. And now we've got kids' playpens all around the house. He's only tiny. And trying to introduce him to a giant monster of a cat. Thank you for all the fireworks. Whoever's playing with that button. I like playing with that button. Yep. Hearts and fireworks. I think those are fireworks. Are those fireworks or flowers? I can never tell. Yeah, I think she's got him. I don't know where she took him away already. She won't let me bond with him. Who knows? She may kick me out of the house soon too. Alright. Gonna go around the top face now real quick. This doesn't take anything off, it's just a 3000 grit, and it'll give it a really nice finishing polish. I'm wondering if maybe a tin oxide would work on this. I've never tried that. I need to look a little bit deeper into into what's good for polishing lapis. I don't know if anybody can look it up real quick. So. Hey Joe, how you doing? Not quite sure on the question, Joe. I have a question. If you have a mind of my class and has scratches, with one of those buffers, take the scratches out. I'm not sure what it is that you're trying to take the scratches out of. If you want to give me that. Is it a stone? Is it glass? And yes, so you don't even have to use that. You can use... So I don't have it here. So this is my little handheld rotary that I use. Right here. And right now it's got a little... I'm still getting underneath fingernails right there. No, that's just for digging. I was digging glue out of some sterling settings with that. But if you put a tiny little buffer on that and then some cerium oxide, you can always test it. They work pretty well, and then you don't have to buy a whole machine just to... So yes, it will polish a glass. The cerium does really well on glass. And actually you can get different grades of cerium that are specific to glass. And it depends how you want to go about it. So they have, I guess it's almost like a grit scale or a fineness scale of the powder itself. But I will tell you, even with a larger grit cerium, it will break down and get down to the lower grit that is far more fine. So even if you start off with like a gritty cerium, it will break down into a finer and finer and finer powder the more you use it. I actually like, there's a lot of orange cerium out there, which I don't mind, but there's a really nice white cerium oxide that's good. It's a really nice white powder, and it's not aluminum oxide, but a cerium white based powder, and I like that one in particular. Looks kind of funny. but yeah, this is the cerium oxide, and this is my favorite one so far. I used an orange one for a long time, but this works really well. And I have to tell a funny story. So I bought a kilogram of cerium from Australia, and it never made it here. It got sent. I don't know if it was the local postman thought he'd come across something that was going to make him a little richer. I don't know. But it never made it to my mail. That's years ago. And then I didn't really think about it at first, like importing a kilogram of powder until I didn't get it. You're welcome. But yeah, so you'll find car manufacturers use them a lot to polish out glass, to like take out the fine scratches on a windshield or maybe on a glass headlight. But it's worked really well. I don't have it out here. It's worked out with a really cool piece of beach glass that we did, and I mean it takes it to a full reflective shine, and it also works fantastic on obsidian. So, you know, nature's glass. Thanks for all the thumbs up, everybody. If you're new to the channel, it is RocksAlot. I come on Thursdays and Sundays. Just happened to be on today because tomorrow's going to be like below 32 all day. Guess my neighbor's doing his blowing out there. It'd be nice if you could come and do my yard for me. That'd be great. So yeah, I didn't want to be out here tomorrow, and it's beautiful today. It's like 70. Alright, I think that's about where we're going to take it to on this one. So we're almost to 40 thumbs up. I'm trying to hit 1,400 in subscribers. So if you want to get notified when I go live on Thursdays and Sundays, or even a Saturday, you know, interim live that we're doing like today, you hit the subscribe button and the notifications. It'll let you know like a couple of minutes into the live. So thank you all so much for being here. Alright, let's have a quick dry check on this. See what little spots I'm missing. Okay, that's dry. Pretty good. I can see some little areas up there. But I'm pretty happy with that. And now I'm going to have to do some investigation into what's best polishing for lapis. Come on, dude, you're ruining my ASMR here. I'm just joking. But they can do their blowing anytime. Alright, what's next? So agates. Let's go on to an agate. Bit of a crazy lacy one. And cerium on agates is fantastic. So I have to go over every little area on this one. But at least it's on the soft wheel, so it's not so hard on my hands. And I do like to polish the backs of my stones. My local jeweler makes fun of me for doing it, but Maybe because he encloses everything. Really nice little eye box right there. Let's get that. Hey James, thank you. You're up too. You might have interrupted more than I did. And then we have quite a few musicians out there. I was not the best student when it came to learning instruments as a kid. Go around that rounded edge, and then we'll start on the top of the dome here. And you mostly let the wheels do the work. I just move like this because it helps me know that I've covered the whole surface. And I don't know if you guys were watching Thursday, but we, maybe it was last Sunday, but we actually covered the whole top of the stone in some Sharpie. And that way I knew I was hitting the whole surface. So I'm going to load that up as a short. Same thing, James. I do have to zap it though. But yeah, it's the same thing, so I'm going to zap. It's not because I want to zap, I just need to zap because of YouTube. No. It's not that we're child friendly, but yeah. You can do that on my other channel. Not really. I don't have another channel. I think I hit everything. Yeah. I don't care that much, James, but I have to consider everybody else that's in here, and I know what YouTube does to my modifications, so I don't, you know. Don't say I wasn't around it as a kid or younger, but I bartended for 20 odd years, and hospitality for 25, 30 years. So now I just switched them up and I can legally sell the ones that you're looking at. No, it's not reported, it's just removed. And I didn't take you out of the chat or anything either. It's not. No biggie at all. I'm just a little more precautious than I used to be. don't know, maybe I'm growing up, I don't know. I don't think so. Hi everybody, welcome in. So yeah, I was at, what is it, 378, 1,378 when we started. And hoping to hit that 400, 1,400 by the end of the day. And I still got to go out and go pick up my items from the auction. They're doing pretty good. What do we get? 1, 2, no, down 3. This is probably going to be the hardest one. Being that it's an agate, so. Hey Mona, welcome in. Mona's Thrift. You have a channel, Mona? I do quite a bit of thrifting. Not so much for clothes and everything or knickknacks anymore. I really just go for silver and jewelry. And rocks, of course. Not everybody picks up the rocks that end up at the thrift store. I'm not even sure they all make it out onto the floor. Well, I'm not bleeding today, which is good. But yeah, if I press too hard, like we were pressing too hard on this one last week, it'll get my index finger right there and there, and occasionally we do some bloodletting at the same time. I try not to. You get used to it, pretty quick. It won't grab my finger, even if I go, look here, even if I go in here. Oh, no, I'm joking. If you stuck your finger way in there, it might do something. But the times it does get caught is when you have it on a chopstick sometimes, and it'll get caught in here. Especially if you got a stone on it, it'll rip your stone off. So, it's funny you say that, James. When I first started doing lapidary like 4 or 5 years ago, I found one of those little red ones. And I had plans, well, I did do a couple. I was trying to do opal. So I took sort of some roofing, squirrel protecting fencing. I don't know what you call it. It's the metal fencing that you would put over like a sewage pipe on the top of your house that does the air out, or any of the pipes that come out the top of your roof, and you cover them up with like a netting to stop the squirrels and critters from going in there. And I took that, put it inside the tumbler, and then I was taking sort of really, really rough Australian opal. I had a lot of sand and concrete on it, and was throwing it in that little red one. It worked pretty well. And then we had a family friend that had a small kid that wanted to use it, so I just gave it to him. Yeah, you don't have to necessarily buy and use all the lapidary equipment. It gets really expensive. So if you're any good at any sort of DIY, or you use certain tools and stuff at work, the grinders, rotary tools, you can do all this. Like I still use a tile saw for my cutting. It's taken me 4 or 5 years, and I'm just about ready to invest in a real lapidary saw. I just haven't decided which one. I don't know, the Harbor Freight ones, James, actually, the Harbor Freight ones, I don't use them, but the double tumbler, they've got that one, and then they've got the other sort of vertical, what do they call it, vibro tumbler. Pretty expensive, the vibro one. But the two tumblers that they have, they improved them last year, I think, and switched out a piece of plastic that they had on there for some metal. It just lasts longer. But it's only like 69 or 70 bucks. But no, in general, they don't. I mean, all my friends are like, I want to go back to sort of a Nissan pickup truck from the 90s or the 80s. Just because it's less maintenance and less computers, and you don't have little sensors inside your tires that tell you where the tires. I mean, how lazy have we become that we can't figure out that our tires are flat? Alright. I probably should have done a dry test already, but if I've done it right and there's no fractures in the stone, we might be able to dab a little Cerium oxide on this one. Hey Hoss, how you doing today? If people are looking to purchase stones, if you go over to World of Rock Towns, I think he just went live, or he's been live for a little while. Kyle, far more knowledgeable than a lot of us on here. And he's made quite a few different pieces of equipment that he uses that he made out of bits and bobs and grinders and motors and stuff. Alright. Let's see. Well, that's pretty good. Not bad. Let's do a little Cerium. Let's see if I can do this mount here. Let's see if I can get you over here. Be a little funky. A little funky. Let's try that. There we go. Alright. So where did that Cerium go? That's the Cerium. I'm just gonna put a little extra on here in my hand. Not the right way to do it, but you can see there's a little bit of white on there. That's good. I've actually impregnated this. It's a felt wheel, so it's made of wood, wool, and I've actually impregnated it with Cerium pretty much all the way through it. So I'm going to see if I have any cracks, because it'll show up. Let's do a quick before. Get a little picture right there, and I'm going to just paste on a little bit on the top of the stone. And we're going to do a quick polish. And do the edges. Doesn't make much difference. It's better over there. Want to make sure your stone is cool. because wool does heat up. Going around the dome edge so I get the rounded part. A little extra water. Alright, let's do this top. Quite often I've had a few stones fly away on this. When they fly, they fly quick. So this motor's going around at 1700, so you can see the older cerium dripping off there. So yeah, when these fly, they fly pretty quick. Gonna get every little edge. And we'll take a look. The cerium I use on opals, agates, petrified woods, some jaspers, not all. Anything kind of marbly, anything with a really high hardness. So anything from like a 5 or 6 hardness. Now what you don't want to use it for is things that have druzy in them or little agate pockets, natural fractures, that kind of stuff, because the powder will get stuck in there, and it's a hell of a job that you got to get it out. So let's see how we did now. Looking pretty good. So I'm just drying it off, and I don't have many spots that are dry up. There you go. How's that? That's much nicer, isn't it? And I don't see where any of the cerium got stuck in there, so I did a pretty good job. But yeah, you can see my whole light on the flash right there. Very happy with that. Alright. Yeah. That's pretty nice. Alright, what are we going on to next? I am waiting for Freckle Cat to get home. She has a new puppy with her. And I think we'll do this one. This one's pretty hard to do. The mossy agate. And then tomorrow, I won't be watching playoffs. I'll be watching one of the University Lady Gator games of basketball. Should be fun. So just going to go around this whole stone, shaped as much as I can, and as best as I can. Has a little bit of a girdle. It's not the highest, so it doesn't have a high dome. It does have a slight dome to it. Alright, thank you for the 50 thumbs up there. That really helps. Get this back. So we'll probably do cerium on this one also. And I thank you all for coming in today. Really appreciate it. And then I guess, I don't know, maybe we'll do one Monday if it's warm enough. Tomorrow I might come on live and just do sort of some show and tell stuff. Just because it's going to be freezing out. Monday, if it warms up, then maybe I'd come out here because I've got the day off. And then definitely back on Thursday. And I have a whole bunch of new material. I've got some Tyrone turquoise. I've got some Alpine Village to do. And yeah, plenty to get through. It should be fun. The Alpine Village looks really, really nice. And even though it's pretty cheap stuff, it's got beautiful color to it. It is heavily stabilized, which is fine. But I'm going to get some great cabs out of it. So, all right, let's start on the top here. Corner, 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 and then we'll do the edges first. Just bringing it in to the middle of the top of the stone, and that just sort of blends in the dome a little bit. Try and run through these real quick. A little less talking, and I'm just going to do some work here. Unless somebody puts up a question. And then one last time, if you haven't subscribed before and you kind of like what you're seeing, just subscribe, hit the notification bell. Lives on Sundays and Thursdays, shorts and videos during the week. And if you hit the notification bell, then you will get notified within about 1 to 2 minutes of me going live. And I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you. Now we're going to do some work. This is a moss agate, a very mossy moss agate. I believe from California, maybe up to Washington or Oregon. I think California, this one. Back a little bit. Do a quick dry check just to see. Looking pretty good. Looking really good actually. Alright. Going under that 3000 wheel. do a quick cerium on the end here. I don't think I'm going to move the tripod on this one. You can kind of see the wheel right here. And so let's do a quick pick. So that is 3,000. No scratches, that's just wet streaks. And I'm going to go over to the cerium real quick. Just getting a little extra cerium on here. Doesn't need much. Put a little extra water over there. And it shouldn't take long, so I prefer this white cerium that I've got. I'm just going to go down here. Go around the edges. So we'll see if I have scratches, this cerium will get stuck in them. And we'll have to go back. And you can also see the changing color of the cerium because it has cerium impregnated into that wheel. It's a felt wheel. Good stuff. You kind of see how I'm going along right there. We're just getting that rounded edge. Same on that edge. Little points. And we'll get the middle and it'll be done. I hope. Now we get to see if I screwed up or not. Top going. Hey Joanne. I don't know if it's Joan, sorry, Joan. Welcome in. Alright, I think that's it. Take a look. Still got the cerium. Dry it off. One more dry. Sorry, my drying shirt is not drying that quickly. So yeah, a lot better. But I can see where the cerium's reacted, I think. I might be wrong. Trying to see on this one though, where the cerium has actually gone into some of that coal, the mossy. So it's still pretty nice. So I might have to redo that one. I don't know if we'll do Zam on that. We'll see. I'm still very happy with it. Okay. I'm about halfway down to where I want to be, but I don't know if we're going to finish. Let's try this little fire agate. Sorry for the quick movement there. Okay. Let's do the bottom and then I'll show you guys. This one's a fun one, actually. So this is another one. This one, I haven't done well with Zam or Cerium on fire agates. So I don't know if it's the iron content within it. So it's the iron within the iron content within the different molecules and minerals within a fire agate that makes the color and the color pop. Just tiny, tiny single atom layers of iron on top of each other, and then they reflect the light. It's very easy to go through your color on a fire agate. Some people like to contour them. Welcome in, everybody. This one I left a little bit of ghosting in it. I'll show you what I mean by the ghosting in a few minutes. I'm going to try and get through this one. This would be a really nice ringstone, but I think it would actually be better as a pendant because the fortifications on the back are really nice, and they could easily be shown and if it's put into the right setting, or even wire wrapping this one would be really good. Okay. That's the back. You've got one little pop in there. One tiny little pop, but that's the back. So let me start getting the front going. Kind of taking my time on this. This is a 600 wheel, so I really don't want to leave scratches deeper than a 600 grit. That means you got to go back a long way. And you're starting to see the sparkle down there. And 2 more wheels to go with this one. I'll show you. Shouldn't take long, a couple of minutes. Welcome in. Thanks for sticking around. Alright. Let's move over to the 1200. Same thing. I have to hit every surface. So it does get easier as long as I've done the right amount of time on the previous 4 wheels. Hey Mark, how you doing today? Appreciate you coming in. Just kidding, we've done, what have we done? We've done 2 agates, a piece of lapis, and 2 pieces of turquoise so far. Yeah. Now I'm working on a little fire agate, or a big fire agate, I should say. Alright, pretty much the back. Getting that bottom edge. And we'll do the reveal on this one. Kind of saving it on this one a little bit. Roll over to the top. So this one, when we did it, we had quite a few little pot holes and druzy holes to get out of the ghosted part. Some people would probably take this coasted part out. I'll show you. I kind of like it because it gives it sort of this wispy contrast to the rest of the stone. Oh, you look like dry product glass. Rolling around the stone while rolling the stone. Which way am I going? I'm going anti-clockwise right now, but I don't know if you can see that. I'm sort of rolling it around the top and rolling it this way at the same time. That just helps me attack all the different angles and make sure I hit all the surfaces. Alright, I think I'm good on that one. Let's move on to that 3000. And we'll take the peak. Yeah. There's the back. This will not take very much off at all. This just finishes up taking any tiny, weeny, little, mini microscopic scratches out of it. And what it doesn't take out is natural facets or inclusion. Fractures. You can't do that kind of magical stuff. But hey Jose, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in. Rounded edge on the bottom. Normally I wouldn't do that much of a rounded edge, but it's going to get set so you can have a two-sided stone. That's what I got to figure out. So it's getting colder for everybody, I know, and I got to figure out what we're going to do inside on the really cold days like tomorrow's going to be. Maybe that needs to be some of the silversmithing that I've been putting off. Plus I got a table to put together in there. I got all reorganized stuff in there. It's Christmas and New Year's and now a new puppy. And the start of school. Things are a little behind. But I'll get there. Hi there, welcome in. Alright. Almost ready for the reveal. This does not go on the Cerium or the Zam. I haven't had much luck with either one when it comes to fire agate. This is going to be really nice stuff. Spend a little extra time here. Sort of doing the wiggle waggle on it and a small rotation. Turning the stone every now and then, like there, and I go around both different directions, and then turn it again. And for me, that's worked out best for me. It's not the same as everybody else, but everybody else, or a lot of other people would already be on a drop stick, and I don't blame them. It protects their hands and their fingers. Alright, I think we're ready. Let's do the back. Let me dry it up. Good, proper dry here. So if you like it, hit a thumbs up if you haven't already. And that is the back. Not bad for a back. Got that little, turning a little closer, but right there. Got that little, come on. Got a little eye in there, two little eyes in there, and that's the back. Third eye, I'm pointing at the screen. But look how good my light is up in the polish. That's pretty good. And that's the back. Let's have a look at the front. Wow, look at that. I think that's water right there. Let's just double check. Yeah, it was just a little spot of water. Oh, yeah, look at that. Let's try that. So very happy with that. Yeah, if you like that, hit that thumbs up. Ooh, there's a little polish and shine in there. So that is formed from the iron content within the agate, and those little dots in there are very, 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 very thin layers. So people go after the blues and the purples in fire agates. There's always lots of golds and greens, and maybe a little bit of red. But those blues and purples is what people look at. No, this is, I don't have any opals today. But this is a fire agate, but it's pretty nice. So, very happy with that one. And this is what I mean by so, let's see. Come on. So here you can see, like a regular agate, it's got little fortifications coming in through the calcitonin. And I left that in. You can kind of see the lines twisting in there as well. And yeah, very happy. Alright, let's keep going. Do the other agate. So I got about 30-40 minutes. Can I do this? I'm going to try and do this one really quick. Going to try. It's another agate, so it takes a little bit longer. I think I can do it. So this one I'm just going to go around the outside there. Quick polish on the back. I may not do this one quite as sufficiently as I need, but I'm in a bit of a rush. That bottom edge. Sort of drawing it out from the middle to the edge. See it. Going quick on this one. Back, bottom edge. Let's just stop it from cracking or chipping during setting. Take off this little edge right here. It stops it when you're pushing down on any extra solder, silver solder that's between the bezel and the back plate. So I sound like a silversmith sometimes, but I am not a well-practiced silversmith. That is still to come. Same thing. Draw it out. Hey everybody, so I'm not chatting much, I'm just trying to run through this next three. It's going to be a little bit easier than this one. Then we'll head over to the ZAM station. I'm not sure this is enough time to spend on an agate, but we'll see. Sometimes I think people spend too much time on a surface. Like once you polish the surface once, it's not going to get any shinier on that same wheel. So I wonder sometimes. Hi there, welcome in. If you would hit that thumbs up, we greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 1,400 subscribers. Hopefully this weekend. It's a long weekend. And if you're new, I really appreciate you just hanging out, even if it's just 30 seconds or so. Alright. The 3000 grid I'm working on. And I want to say this is a Brazilian agate, but I'm not 100% sure. It may be Mexican. A little nicer color than some of the Brazilians, the browns that they have. So it may well just be a really nice Mexican agate. Chihuahua. I buy Emilio, I buy opal, depends what kind. Are they Mexican opals, Australian opals, Ethiopian opals? I mostly cut Australian opals, is my preference. I mean, I've got, I got some nice Ethiopians over there that I have. Hey Hetty, how you doing today? Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I love the color of Ethiopian opals, but I'm not a huge fan of hydrophane opals. I never quite know how they're going to come out until like 6 months later, once they've truly dried out. Alright. We're good. We're going to do a little bit of cerium. Yeah, we got a new critter in the house. I don't think he's been named yet even. So, yeah, digging out all kinds of different names to name the puppy. don't know if I'm allowed to show you guys yet. Alright, I'm going to put some cerium. A little bit of an angle. Oops, a bit funky. We'll try it. Then squirting on some extra water. And gonna put a little drop extra on the surface and on the wheel. See what we get. So I do the edges first. Oh, it's not a great look. Just rotating it slowly. Get under the surface, move it back a little bit. Let's get the front. Put that water on there just to keep it cool. You do not want to work stones on a hot felt wheel. They can heat your stones up to where they crack and fracture. So. Let's see how impatient I was on this one. Nice, almost. All right, let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look and dry this off real quick. I don't know. I don't know if I got a little. I can't tell. Hold up. Hold up. So, no, I don't think it is. It almost looks like a scratch right there in the middle, but it's not. It's actually part of the stone. It's got this flashy little line in there. I'm pretty happy with that. See if we can get a better close-up of that little line. There you go, right there. Oh, that might be a scratch. Oh yeah, we got a scratch right in the middle. So I'm going to have to go back on this one. But not terrible. So that serves me right for being impatient and going way too quick. Yeah. Alright. Let's go on to, we got a couple more to do. Proves my own point, right? Australian turquoise. Come in a little. And here we go, same thing. So these turquoises, we're going to go over to the exam station and finish them up on the final polish too. So on that last agate, that means my draw strokes weren't quite long enough and didn't quite get to the middle of that dome. Hi everybody, happy Saturday. Hope you're all nice and cozy somewhere. At the back. I am running through these. It may be a mistake, but back. That girdle one last time. Looking pretty good. Last one. We got 99 people in. Welcome in everybody. This is some Australian turquoise that I have. It is stabilized, but the colors in the matrix are fabulous. In the back real quick. Red. This one's going to have to wait for the ZAM. The ZAM is a chromium aluminum oxide, which works really, really well with phosphate. Right now I'm on the 3000 wheel, 3000 grit wheel. And we'll go to the ZAM station after. I think we got like 4 or 5 stones to run through. Thanks, good thumbs up. Yeah, all that helps. It pushes out the video and the live a little bit. Brings in some newcomers. Maybe they haven't seen this sort of thing before. Maybe they're interested in lapidary and rocks and gemstones and stuff, but you know, they don't always, YouTube doesn't always push you out to all your likes necessarily. And maybe it's something you forgot that you liked from another time and you just haven't visited too many channels on it over here on YouTube. So cutting's fun for me. It's good for my mental health. Means I concentrate on things other than work and all the other stuff that's going on in the world. Alright. Push pretty hard right here. We got 2 little ones to go. Quick check here. See how that pushed everybody in real quick. Thanks for being here, everybody. Really do appreciate it. Mostly cut rocks. Sometimes we'll be on the saw. Sometimes we'll be here on the genie that I'm working on right now. So that's the Australian turquoise. Really nice piece. Really nice genuine piece. Alright. I got a little piece. Came in the number 8. I'm not sure it's number 8. Sort of double-sided. A little iffy over here, but worth finishing up. I actually think this may be the Veracite. Somehow they got put into another bag. But it's almost like a browny green turquoise rather than a Veracite, so I'm not sure. Back has a tiny bit of a dome to it, purposely, just in case you want to keep it open when we set it. So I actually like both sides of this piece. Get that little sharp edge, You don't want really sharp edges on your stones, unless of course it's a faceted piece. Because obviously you set a faceted stone in a different manner than you would set a cabochon. I mean, you can put them into claws and stuff, but I'll show you. Almost done here. Pretty good. Welcome in, everybody. Alright, I will give it a try. Thank you. Hope this helps. Does that help any? I hope that helps. Stick it in and take it out. How about that? I can just get it a little closer. I appreciate the heads up on that, though. Hey Cat, welcome in. This is the 1200. You see that a little bit better? Not like that, we can't. Beautiful webbing in there. But it is not focusing. Zoom gloom. Good right there. Hey gamer, welcome in. Hi Cat, oh, Cat God, you can say hi as many times as you like, all helps. This piece is a lot softer than the other stuff we've been working on. Alright, next one. Really going through this quick. I gotta come out a little bit. There you go. Much better. Water. The 1200 grit. I mean the 3000 grit, I'm sorry. I just have to go over this one pretty quick. Gives it that final finish before we go on to the zam. I got one more to go before the zam, which is a really smoky piece of kingman. Got a lot more smoke than it does king in it. Hi everybody. Hope you're all having a great day. I'm glad you came in to stop by and pop in, maybe say hi in the chat. If you see something that you like, just mention it. If you see something you'd like to see in here, put it in the chat, maybe a material that you've never seen cut before. And yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, last one. And I appreciate all your support. So, hi Rosemary, welcome in. One tiny little piece to go, and then we'll go finish them all up. Then we do the fun part. So, piece of Smoky with some turquoise in it. So, a lot of hematite and quartz. And splotches of blue kingman. And this is the last one. Here's a little more reshaping actually. And it smells like kerosene. So people epoxy things with different solvents, and you never know what they're, you don't know if they're doing it by the 100-gallon drum or what they're doing. So you can smell it, and this one smells. It only smells when you cut it. Doesn't matter. It won't smell when you just hold it in your hand. Just doing to my fingers. We have stayed clean all this time. Now we got to this last one. Hoping this blue polishes out a little bit more. Just blending in that top edge right there. Nice shape. Move on. Oh, I better do the back real quick. Yeah, now we got to the fun part. We polished up the agates as best we could. And the lapis does not go on with the cerium or with the zam, so that's finished. And I gotta look that up. I don't know if there's anybody here that knows how to polish lapis without using zam or cerium. I'm wondering if the tin oxide would work really well, but I'm really unsure. I don't know. But I know my fire agate and my lapis do not polish well on the felt with the cerium or the zam with a cloth buffer. So I just take those to a 3000 grit. It doesn't take too long. Gotta go with. Wow, I'm surprised so many people are here today. Thank you for being here. Hang out for 30 seconds a minute, it really helps. If you hit that thumbs up, it really helps. And yeah, appreciate you. Now normally I come on a Sunday and Thursdays. It's going to be freezing cold here tomorrow. At least freezing cold for us. So I came on today. I had a few issues coming on today. I don't know what was going on with the platform. Just doing the back. Look at that tiny little corner on the bottom here. Blend that in, like that. Go around the girdle a few times. This one probably would have been better on a duck stick. so small. And then we're going to do the stone right here. I'm going to do the dome in a few different angles just to make it consistent and uniform across the top. That's it there. Alright, we're going to go over to the ZAM station. If you don't mind holding on for a second, we're going to grab these stones and we'll grab the phone and we'll head over there and hopefully we can finish that up. That turned out pretty good. No. Go back. I don't want that. Uh-oh. Okay. Sorry, I don't know what's going on there. Camera took over. There we go. Alright, let's grab these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, 9. So we did pretty good. We got the 10 finished that I wanted to finish, which was fabulous. And you can run these over, so these are the 10 we're going to finish polishing real quick. Run this over. Alright, I'm coming to grab you guys. You have a little drink of water or coffee. Coffee. Alright, here we go. Going over to the ZAM. Boop, boop, boop. I should have my Jeopardy music going. Put you in. There you go. Hi everybody, welcome in. You stuck around for 3 more seconds. I've seen the polish. That's okay. Alright, so this is just a self-built machine. Sort of. The motor in the back there. This is an old grinder. Belt and wheel. There's 2 of them on there. I actually have a new one that we're going to start using. So I have a new grinder. It's got 2 buffers on it, and it's got an adjustable speed on it. That's a little close. So we are going to, these are the agates. Let's go through the agates real quick. This is what we finished already. So we got 5. Came out all gorgeous, really. So Brazilian maybe, but probably Mexican. This is a beautiful, crazy lace agate, already polished. The lapis, we don't do the lapis on the ZAM because it'll react. This is a nice piece of moss. Mossy moss. And then the fire agate, of course. So all those are pretty top-notch pieces. And then we're going to go into the, we're going to go into the turquoise and put these back down. Let's start with the Australian, I think. So Australia has a lot of beautiful materials. Ferricites, opals, tiger eyes. Sorry about that. It is not working right about there. There you go. Sorry about that. I'm going to put some ZAM. It's a green wax, basically, but it's a chromium aluminum oxide wax. Really good on phosphates, so anything like vericite, turquoises, magnesite, howlite, stuff like that. Just going to do a quick charge. I don't put too much on there. I don't like the wax sticking to my stones. That sounded funny. Yeah. So let's give this a shot. Always start with the back first, and I do the back, so if there's any mishap and it's having a chemical reaction, I only have to redo the back. I don't have to redo the front. Let's do a quick check. And kapow, look at that. That's beautiful. So supposedly with the new grinder, I'm told, because it's 2,000 RPM to 3,400 RPM, I might be able to get a bit of a glossier polish on my turquoise with my phosphates. This motor right here is, I think it's either 1,800 or 1,750. Ooh, close. Alright, that's the edges. Let's get the face. Awesome. Hi everybody. Sorry, I can't see the chat. Let me hold on a second and take a peek. There we go. How about that? What a great finish. Very happy with that. Now this one was a new material to me because we don't know what it is. I mean, it's a turquoise, but this was in with some number 8, and I guess it's possible to get full pieces of number 8, but I'm a little skeptical. It's already got a pretty good polish, but we're going to finish it up. Same thing. Start with the back. Let's get you over this one. You can actually see. So yeah, this one took a pretty nice polish. This one, whatever they stabilized this one with, was a lot harder than the other ones. So different type. Not bad. Got a little saw mark right there. But we're going to go ahead and do the front here. So I didn't finish my back properly on this one. Hi everybody. So yeah, I don't know how long, maybe I got about 20-30 minutes, I guess. And I'm going to run to an estate sale and pick up an item that I bought. Alright, there's the front. Let's do it one more side. Alright, let's take a peek. Look at that. That's a pretty stone. So, for being in the wrong bag, I'm very happy with that stone. I don't know what it is, other than it's a phosphate. And it's stabilized. But very pretty. Let's do the mini kingman that we just did. So let's get this one done. Smoky kingman. More smoke than turquoise. But the contrast between the hematite, the quartz, and the ribbons of turquoise is actually really nice. So same thing. Let's do the back. Back shines up well. Keep going. Get the edges. Ah, this one's slippery. Slippery. Oh yeah. I should just go pick up my items from the estate sale looking like I look. I look an absolute mess right now. I have some old torn up jeans where my knees are hanging out. Actually, they're about to turn into shorts. So let's do the front here. I would show you, but I don't want to embarrass my wife. Although I do like to embarrass her from time to time. Alright. Let's turn it one more time. You can see even that back's shining from up here. That's nice. Alright, so smoky kingman. More smoke than kingman. Look at that. That's pretty. It's pretty stone. I like it. It's almost, I mean, it's like ribbony. It's not ribbony like a royston ribbon, but hey Mike, how you doing today? So, let's go. Thanks for the hearts. Love the hearts. Let's take a picture of that one. We got one more to go. Two more to go. We got this one, which I actually think is probably a parasite, but this is almost like a double-sided one. So this one, I know it's a phosphate, so I'm not too worried about which side I start first. Cheers to you, my friend. Hey, Marion, welcome in. Sorry, Aaron, I just called you Marion. I don't know if that's the first. Hey, Joshua, how you doing? I apologize for that, Aaron. I'm like reading sideways from up here, and all kinds of different powders in my eyes. All right, everybody that just popped in, you just came in for the perfect timing. We're getting these final polishes on here, and then we'll show them all off one last time. And we've got one more to go after this, and it's probably my favorite material right now. What are we at? 82 thumbs up. That's great. I'm hoping if I hit 1,400 subscribers, that was my goal for the weekend. If I didn't hit it today, we're going on again. So if you subscribe, you won't have to see me again this weekend. Here we go. I'd love for you to come in and subscribe either way. It's a really nice piece. My fingers are getting shiny. This one could probably do with the new grinder polish that I have, so. Yeah. I got regendered by the AI. They turned me into a snazzy, waspy, I guess like a waspy American lady. Far from what I am. Look at that. That was just those few seconds of me. Really? Wow, thanks, Mike. Thanks for letting me know. Thank you all so much. You have no idea. Like, it doesn't put money in my pocket, but it reassures me that I'm kind of doing the right stuff and people are interested in watching, and I'm not doing it too wrong that, people are scared off not to come back. But we're just going to continue this year the same way. I got so much more material to go through, and I'm really having fun with it and starting to expand out a little bit more. Yeah, good. So Aaron, I think it was you and Dave that was saying I need a little more speed on the wheel, actually. I just don't like to overzam because it ends up getting caught in sort of any crevice or little bugs that are in there. So. But I did buy a new grinder. I do have the new buffing wheels ready to put on it. I just haven't got around to it. And it's a pretty big motor, but I got the one from Harbor Freight. I guess you're right. You are right, Aaron. So I got one that goes from 2,000 to 3,400, and it's adjustable. So I got to finish putting all that together. In fact, Aaron, you'd appreciate that Miss Freckle Cat just got a new puppy yesterday, so we've been child-proofing a little bit, and there's like child playpens all around the house, and pads, and poor dog had never been outside. He's 12 weeks old, never been outside. So we're just breaking him in a little bit. I love this piece. There we go. Look at that. That's just the matrix on it with the variations in the blues and the greens and the teals. That's a beautiful piece. So that's my favorite of all of them, I think. Let's get a picture on that, and then let's show this off one last time. Bring you in. There you go. We did quite a lot. I'm gonna get all these on my hand, I hope. We'll get one last picture too. Mossy. One last piece is the fire agate. I'm missing one. Oh, there it is. Fire agate and the Australian. So there we go. Look at that. That's a pretty good day. So Australian, mossy agate, smoky kingman, Neela, unknown in the back, some sort of varicite, maybe lapis. And then we got another unknown that came in the number 8. And then a beautiful piece of crazy lace up there, really dark piece. And then, of course, the fire agate. So, hey, everybody, thank you so much for coming in today. I really appreciate your support. If you haven't been here before, hit the subscribe, hit the little notification button. You'll get notified when I go lives within like a minute or two. I usually go lives on Thursdays and Sundays. Might pop on like I did today to change the schedule due to basketball games, football games, maybe estate sales. Tomorrow it's because it's going to be freezing tomorrow, so I'm not coming out here tomorrow. And yeah, thank you all so much. And we will see you in the next one. So take care of each other. Most of all, take care of yourself. And we'll see you next week. Enjoy your weekend off. Cheers now. Love you. Hit the thumbs up on the way out if you would. Thank you so much. Cheers now.